Hi, and welcome to Spending Time with Aunt Jess. I'm Aunt Jess, mother to Jeremiah, aunt to Cash, Jade, Isaac, Cruz, Jackson, Ellis, Emma, Lewis, Cove, Oliver, and so many more. Thank you for joining me today for day 10 of 25 Books of Christmas. Today we are going to be reading The Littlest Star by Brandi Dougherty. One snowy afternoon, Max's teacher announced his class would put on a Christmas play. Everyone was excited, especially Max. Max couldn't wait to have a part, even though he was the littlest student in his class. Max hoped he could be the star of the show. "I'll announce your roles tomorrow morning," the teacher said. The next morning, Max's teacher called out the role that each student would play. Max waited and squirmed and waited and squirmed. And finally, "Max," the teacher said, "you will be the star." Max's eyes grew wide. He smiled a big smile. He really was the star of the show. "You will be the star of Bethlehem. Your line will be, 'Follow me.'" Max sank down in his chair. "I only have one line?" he asked. "Yes, Max, but it's a very important line," said his teacher. Everyone in the class was jumping around and buzzing with excitement. "I have 10 lines," said Sophie. "I get to paint the set," said Max's friend Henry. But Max did not jump around. He was sad. He wanted to have a big part in the play, but instead, he had the littlest one. The next week at school, the class prepared for the show. There were costumes to make, and lines to learn, and songs to practice. Max didn't know what to do. He had his one line memorized already. Maybe Max decided he could help out with the other parts too. Max began to practice the part of Mary. He worked on making his voice as big and as loud as he could. "Hey, that's my part," said Sophie. Max wandered to where the set was being painted. He dabbed a brush in purple paint and began to paint a tree. He wanted the trees to stand out on stage. "I'm the set painter," Henry told him, "and trees aren't purple anyway." Max walked into the hall where the chorus was practicing their songs. He sang at the top of his lungs, even though he didn't know the words. Ava pointed at Max. "You're not in the chorus." "Max, you're supposed to be practicing your part," his teacher interrupted. "But I know it already," Max replied. "I bet a little more practice wouldn't hurt," she said. "We need you to be the best Christmas star you can be." Finally, the night of the Christmas play arrived. Max's family sat smiling in the audience, ready to see his performance. Max was not smiling. "No one will even notice me," he told his teacher. "Of course they will, Max," his teacher said. "You'll see." Max waited for his turn. Then everything went quiet. It was time. Max stepped forward. Music started in the background. He walked onto the stage. A bright light shone right on him and no one else. Max saw that everyone was watching him. He stood extra tall on his tiptoes. He took a deep breath. "Follow me," he said in his biggest voice. The audience clapped and cheered. Max's teacher was right. He may have had a small part, but Max was a big star. The end. Thank you for joining me today for spending time with Aunt Jess, and I will see you tomorrow for day 11 or book 11 of 25 Days of Christmas. Thanks for joining me. Bye.